Imagine finding a book on your nightstand, a book you don't remember buying, a book that details a dark secret from your past. This unsettling scenario is the premise of Renée Knight's Disclaimer, a chilling psychological thriller that plunges readers into the unsettling world of Catherine Ravenscroft. The novel opens with Catherine's discovery of this mysterious book, containing a story she thought was buried deep within her memory. The disclaimer at the beginning, stating that any resemblance to real persons is purely coincidental, only adds to the growing unease and tension. This discovery sets off a chain of events that unravels Catherine's carefully constructed life, forcing her to confront a past she desperately tried to forget. Catherine is a successful documentary filmmaker, living a seemingly ordinary life with her husband and son. But the discovery of the book throws her into a whirlwind of paranoia and fear. Who wrote this book? And why is it in her house? The questions multiply, gnawing at her sanity and threatening to expose a truth she has kept hidden for decades. As Catherine delves deeper into the narrative, she realizes the story is about her, a dark chapter from her youth she thought was long buried. The book within a book structure creates an immediate sense of unease, drawing the reader into Catherine's psychological turmoil. The narrative shifts between Catherine's present-day struggle and the story within the book, slowly revealing the truth, piece by piece. As the lines between reality and fiction blur, Catherine's grip on her sanity begins to loosen, leaving the reader questioning everything they think they know. The discovery of the book acts as a catalyst, setting in motion a series of events that will expose the hidden secrets and lies at the heart of Catherine's carefully constructed life. Catherine Ravenscroft is a woman who has built her life on a foundation of secrecy. Her days are meticulously planned, her actions carefully measured to ensure that no one ever glimpses the shadows of her past. She is a successful professional, a loving wife, and a devoted mother. To the outside world, Catherine's life appears perfect, a seamless blend of career success and familial bliss. However, beneath this veneer of normalcy lies a hidden past, a past that she has desperately tried to keep buried. The memories of her youthful mistakes linger in the recesses of her mind, a constant reminder of what she has to lose. The arrival of the mysterious book threatens to shatter this carefully constructed facade, exposing the truth she has fought so hard to conceal. The book, with its cryptic messages and haunting familiarity, is a ticking time bomb in her hands. Catherine's initial reaction is disbelief, quickly followed by a chilling sense of dread. The words on the pages seem to reach out and grab her, pulling her back into a past she thought she had left behind. As Catherine reads the manuscript, she is forced to confront the hidden shame and guilt that have haunted her for years. Each sentence is a dagger, reopening old wounds and exposing her deepest fears. The story within the book details a youthful indiscretion, a secret she thought was safely locked away in her memory. The vivid descriptions bring back the emotions and the turmoil of that time, making it impossible to ignore. The resurgence of this buried truth throws her into a state of panic, threatening to destroy everything she holds dear. Her mind races with the potential fallout, the impact on her family, her career, and her very identity. She grapples with the fear of exposure, the potential consequences of her past actions finally catching up with her. The walls of her carefully constructed life feel like they are closing in, suffocating her with the weight of her secrets. The narrative skillfully portrays Catherine's descent into paranoia and fear. Every shadow seems to hide a threat, every whisper a potential revelation of her past. She becomes increasingly isolated, withdrawing from her family and friends as she struggles to cope with the resurfacing of her past. The once vibrant connections in her life begin to fray, leaving her feeling more alone than ever. The weight of her secret becomes a crushing burden, threatening to consume her entirely. The mental and emotional toll is evident in her every action, her every thought. Catherine's carefully constructed world begins to crumble around her, leaving her vulnerable and exposed. The life she worked so hard to build is now at risk of being torn apart by the very secrets she sought to protect. The more she reads, the more she questions her own memories, her own perception of reality. The lines between past and present blur, making it difficult to distinguish truth from fiction. Is the story entirely accurate? Or is it a distorted version of events designed to torment her? The uncertainty gnaws at her, adding to a growing sense of unease. The ambiguity adds to the psychological tension, creating a sense of unease that permeates every page. The book becomes a mirror reflecting her deepest fears and insecurities. As Catherine delves deeper into the mystery surrounding the book, she begins to question everything she thought she knew about herself and the people around her. The journey into her past becomes a journey into her own psyche, revealing truths she never wanted to face. The manuscript Catherine discovers is not just a story, it's a window into a hidden past. A past that she thought was long buried, a past she had tried to forget. The narrative within the book details a youthful romance, a passionate affair that ended in tragedy, leaving scars that never fully healed. As Catherine reads, she realizes that she is the central character in this story, the woman whose actions led to devastating consequences that have haunted her for years. The details are unsettlingly familiar, bringing back memories she had tried to suppress for years, memories that now flood back with a vengeance. The book becomes a tangible representation of her deepest fears, a physical manifestation of her guilt and shame, emotions she thought she had buried deep within. The author of the manuscript remains a mystery, adding another layer of intrigue to the narrative, a puzzle that Catherine feels compelled to solve. Who would write such a book? Who would know such intimate details of her life? And why would they leave it for Catherine to find? What is their motive? The questions linger, fueling Catherine's paranoia and driving her to uncover the truth, a truth that seems to be just out of reach. The unknown author becomes a shadowy figure, lurking in the background and manipulating Catherine's life from the shadows, a puppet master pulling the strings. The mystery surrounding the author's identity adds a chilling element of suspense to the story, making every moment fraught with tension. The manuscript acts as a catalyst, forcing Catherine to confront the buried secrets of her past, secrets she had hoped would remain hidden forever. The story within the book is not simply a retelling of events. It's a psychological weapon designed to expose Catherine's hidden vulnerabilities, to lay bare her soul. The narrative slowly reveals the truth piece by piece, drawing the reader into Catherine's psychological turmoil, a descent into madness. As Catherine reads, she begins to question her own memories, her own sense of reality, wondering what is real and what is fiction. The manuscript serves as a constant reminder of Catherine's past, a physical embodiment of her guilt and shame, a mirror reflecting her darkest secrets. Its presence in her home is a violation, a constant threat to her carefully constructed life, a life built on lies and half-truths. The book becomes a symbol of her hidden past, a past that refuses to stay buried, a past that claws its way back to the surface. As Catherine grapples with the implications of the manuscript, she is forced to confront the devastating consequences of her actions, actions that have left a trail of pain and regret. The discovery of the manuscript forces Catherine to confront a past she has desperately tried to forget. This moment is a turning point, a collision between her present and the shadows of her history. The story within the book details a youthful indiscretion, a passionate affair that had devastating consequences. It was a time of intense emotions and reckless decisions, a period that left scars on her soul. As Catherine reads, she is transported back to that time in her life, reliving the emotions and the choices that shaped her future. Each word on the page pulls her deeper into a past she thought she had left behind. The narrative skillfully weaves together the past and the present, showing how the events of Catherine's youth continue to haunt her. The echoes of her past reverberate through her current life, influencing her every decision. The past is not simply a memory, it's a living presence, shaping her present and threatening her future. It lurks in the corners of her mind, a constant reminder of what once was. The narrative slowly reveals the details of Catherine's hidden life, exposing the secrets and lies that have defined her existence. Each revelation is a piece of a puzzle that paints a picture of a life shrouded in mystery. The story within the book is not just a retelling of events, it's a psychological exploration of guilt, shame, and the burden of secrets. It delves into the depths of her psyche, uncovering the layers of her hidden self. As Catherine delves deeper into the narrative, she begins to question her own memories, her own perception of reality. The lines between what she remembers and what actually happened start to blur. The lines between truth and fiction become increasingly blurred, leaving the reader wondering what to believe. Catherine's struggle to discern reality from illusion mirrors the reader's own journey through the narrative. The narrative creates a sense of unease as the reader is drawn into Catherine's psychological turmoil. The tension builds with each page, creating a palpable sense of dread. The exploration of Catherine's past is not simply a linear narrative. It's a fragmented journey through memory and trauma. Each fragment is a piece of a larger puzzle, a glimpse into the complexity of her experiences. The story jumps back and forth between the present and the past, mirroring Catherine's fragmented state of mind. This non-linear approach reflects the chaotic nature of her thoughts and memories. The narrative skillfully captures the disorienting nature of trauma as Catherine struggles to piece together the fragments of her memory. Each memory is a piece of a larger puzzle, a glimpse into the complexity of her experiences. The past is not a fixed point in time. It's a fluid, ever-changing entity that continues to shape Catherine's present. It ebbs and flows, influencing her thoughts and actions in ways she cannot always control. As Catherine confronts the truth about her past, she is forced to reckon with the consequences of her actions. The weight of her decisions bears down on her, demanding acknowledgement and resolution. The manuscript serves as a constant reminder of her guilt and shame, a physical embodiment of her hidden life. It is a tangible link to a time she wishes she could forget. The book becomes a symbol of her past, a past that refuses to stay buried. No matter how hard she tries to hide it, it always finds a way to resurface. As Catherine grapples with the implications of the manuscript, she is forced to confront the devastating consequences of her choices. The narrative leaves her and the reader questioning the true cost of secrets and the possibility of redemption.